Our temporary intro music has lasted a while now.
I needed to get to the. I needed it. Well, it's also awkward because I took the thing down early, so we're just sitting there bobbing. We need a producer for our show because my artistic choices have not been living up to par.
Like 2 years ago, we played that for the first time. We're like, we'll just go with this one until we get a good one.
Oh God! All right, well, everybody, welcome. It's going to be quite the show. Welcome to Ian and Jerrod's Humpday Extravaganza. I'm Ian,
I am Jerrod.
and we are here. Happy spring! I feel like we might have turned a corner. Knock on wood.
The weather's been really nice, and
Yep.
it's, and now that my car is devastatingly broke down and I haven't been able to drive it for over a week, and I've had to walk a lot more, it sure is nice that the weather is great for those walks.
That is true. So what? So fill us all in. If you're Facebook friends with Jerrod, you've seen some of it, but what's
Oh my
going on?
God.
What's the prognosis?
So my car earlier in the month, it had the throttle control go out. I was getting on the highway once, and I could only get to a certain speed, and then it stopped accelerating after. And then the rest of the way to work, it couldn't accelerate past like 35 miles an hour. So I brought it to the mechanic. It was the throttle control. That was about an $800 repair for everything right there. Then I had a check engine light that had been on. So called the mechanic. We figured out a time. Oh, he checked it out. It needed some internal parts involving the timing chain, which if anybody ever has had to get that repaired done, it's very expensive. It's like really getting into the guts of the engine right there. So he's like, just be careful with it. And when it comes in, I'll let you know. He ordered it and everything. We figured out a time because a repair that takes a while. So it was a Friday. I was on my way to work, and I've been taking it easy, but it started making a sound. No, that's not a good clink, 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 clink sound. That's a better.
Okay, good. Glad we got that clear.
Yeah, so I just turned it around, came home, and parked it and worked from home. And I texted him, and I got a great mechanic. Go to a local guy, Sully's in Warwick, real good.
There you go.
Texted him, he had me bring it in, and it made it. I went like really early in the morning, so I didn't have to go on the highway. Could avoid all that. Brought it in, and he went through and did all the repairs. But the reason it's been making that sound, it turns out, is where the timing chain is. There's these plastic guides and stuff in there. My timing chain got loose in there, which is really bad. It was a little thing called the tensioner that went bad. It's not very big, but boy, has it really caused me a lot of problems.
It's important.
Yeah, and breaking all the things off there in the block got down into the oil pan, which is pretty much right underneath it. So he said he cleaned it all out and everything, but somewhere along the line, something got blocked. Where that sound was actually has to do with the crankshaft and everything. He did all the repairs, and then he told me all that, and he's like, hey, it was making that sound, it's making the sound. Let's try this first, which was used a heavier oil and then another thick additive in there to try to get to where the oil hadn't been getting, kind of cushion those metal on metal parts again. And he said, drive it about 50 miles. That's when we'll know. When he talked about, he's had other cars where that's worked, other ones where he's ended up having to drop a new engine into it. So all of that was about a $1,300 repair. And again, these prices that I'm paying, like if you went to a dealership, I'd have been paying double. I mean, very fair price. Does great work. So then it's like, okay, let it go. And I was on my way to work in the morning, and I was on the highway. I think maybe I was going a little too fast. I should have stuck to the side roads, but whatever. I was on the highway, and it was then that sound got really loose. That clunk, 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 clunk got loose. And that's like, this isn't good. And then it was just like a chunk. And I'm like in my rear view, just a smoke trail behind me. The engine's off and everything. I'm like I'm in the left lane, getting over to the right lane, finding a good spot. Ended up having to like call a tow truck and everything. And I took a picture of it, and it was when the tow truck was up. You could see that one of the rods, one of the pistons went right through the bottom of the engine. That was that picture that I posted. So it's like draining my oil at highway speed, just all the smoke behind me. It was a total spy hunter moment.
80s reference. I love it.
Yeah, I was thinking about, he works near my work, and I have AAA, so got a tow truck and just had it brought to my work. Because at that point, I'm like, I'm either just going to junk it or, see what he says, which would be dropping a new engine into it. So, I gave myself a little time to think about it. I've got a new engine that's going to be going into it. He's got it up. I'm going to be bringing it in next Monday, to be getting all that done. So I expect that to take a few days once it's in there. It's an engine with probably 50,000 less miles on it.
Right.
So that's cool.
That is cool.
But man, that's a lot. My car has really been an asshole to me lately.
Yeah, cars, man, they suck. They're abusive, and they just suck.
Mm-hmm. And you know what sucks? After the work he done, it was driving so smooth.
So you were like, oh,
I'm like, yeah, you can get that taken care of. It is nice now.
Last year was I was without a car for a month last year because of a stupid part they had to send, because it had to deal with the odometer. It had to go to a special facility in Atlanta to be fixed because I needed a new panel, and that has to be programmed with the right mileage when you get that replaced. So there's only a few places in the country that do it. So they had to keep sending things back and forth to Atlanta. So it was 4 weeks is no time when you're counting on shipping things, and having work done elsewhere. So thank goodness my work was real amenable to me working from home. My parents came up for a week so I could use their Jeep, which was very nice of them. Live in my house for a week so I could use their car. But then work was like, do what you need to do. So
my work is super great about that. Work from home whenever you need to. I usually choose to work in the office. And we've talked about that before. And then these days where it's like, oh, is this the day? Because there's a few days where I thought I was going to get the car back, but it wasn't ready yet. One of the guys I work with, he doesn't live far from me. He's been really cool about giving me rides. So that part's great. But is it Mother's Day this weekend?
It is.
I'm not going to be able to do anything to see my mom this weekend. So
I've already extended my apologies because I'm teaching improv on Sunday. So what else is going on besides that? Anything exciting happening?
Oh, I'm sure glad you asked that.
Oh, good. I can't read your little text on your presentation, so I'm flying blind.
Oh, you ready to just dive right into that?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I didn't know what I was segueing to.
Oh no, that was a horrible setup for it, to be honest.
Then what is exciting? I'm sorry, I blew it. We should probably talk a little bit more about what we're doing on the show before you.
So you were there
also 3 people on the watching right now. Hey, 3 people. Use the comments. This is an interactive show, so definitely write some comics, and we'll definitely we love it.
One of them is me on my other screen.
I know, Jerrod, but it counts. I don't care.
So, you were at Pig Saturday, right? Providence Improv Guild. And are you aware of what was going on over in the other over at the other stage?
No, I heard it, but I didn't know what was going on.
Rap battles.
Oh,
I think is super cool. I'm gonna say a quick hi to Amy here.
Hey, Amy.
Hi. I saw actually when we went and Dr. Nighttime Pig House Team performed the set at Kismet a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I got to see Amy there, so that was very nice.
Nice.
But Saturday rap battles were going on over on the other stage. And, as an improviser, you would think that I would be good at freestyle rapping, or that you would be good at freestyle rapping.
Yeah, no.
Times where something has happened on stage and I've had to come up with something, that is really hard to do well. It is tough. I think that's just an incredible skill. I'm very blown away by the people who are good at that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I took the North Coast workshop
I did too. That was a lot.
Yeah, and that was hard, and that was simplistic compared to what these folks are doing on the stage.
Right. It was 8 lines at a time you're doing there. Really, yeah. Meanwhile, like you go to the rap battle and they're just going up and doing that. But you know what? It's not too dissimilar from apparently is like you ever see like stand-up comics when they do roast battles?
Yeah,
those are pretty cool. They're very mean. I could never do that. I'm far too sensitive.
Me
but
too.
Like they get information about the other stand-up who's going to be doing it. Well, I want to say there are rap battles that are the same way too. Like they get information to kind of use in what they're rapping to the other rapping about in those, which again, very cool. Plus the freestyle stuff they're doing in there, just very cool. I just
very cool. Yeah, so you went over and watched that?
Huh?
Did you go over and watch?
I didn't, but there were a lot of people were outside after, so I just kind of assumed maybe it was coming to a close at that point.
Yeah. No, I was at the 7:00 show, and between that and there was stuff going on in the art gallery. There was a busy night at the old AS220.
It was, yeah. And I think a lot of people who do what we do, like, would look for ways to go out and try new artistic endeavors and try things. And as tough as I think it is, if it was kind of in a safer place, I would be willing. I think it'd be cool to like try to do rap battles with somebody just to give that a shot.
Well, clearly Amy's taking classes in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But my thing is, if they did research on me, there's definitely some things I would not want my opponent in a rap battle.
I didn't know this was a setup.
All of that was true. All of that was true.
No. I'm sure you were inspired, but this was the inspiration for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just feel like somebody who's like really good with words and devastating at rhymes, they're just like some kind of embarrassing things could probably be really really devastating, like
I feel like you're having technical difficulty.
Well, I'm just thinking about it because it's like, could you imagine like getting ready to start a rap battle with someone and you see him over there talking to somebody and you find out that what he's saying, what he just found about you? I went to bed until I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would
be bad to have come up in a rap battle.
That would be bad, especially if it were true.
I hate to say it. So far, actually, all of it is very true.
I just needed to get it on record. Okay.
It is true. These are all things about me that
this may be my favorite segment.
And boy, it would be used to a devastating effect against me in a rap battle. So I would not want anybody else in a rap battle to know anything about this. It's too easy to rhyme with too much stuff in there. I just don't want that. But there's other things. Like, this isn't the only thing I wouldn't want my opponent in a rap battle to know about me.
Yeah.
Like, I would get destroyed if my opponent in a rap battle knew that I once saw my grandmother naked.
Yeah.
Like,
yep. I could, not a lot rhymes with naked, but I'm sure they will figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, that would be used to devastating effect, Ian.
Well, Amy's writing lyrics as we go.
So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to get away from. Like, I wouldn't know how I would come back from that.
Yeah.
And there's some things I've done in my past that, just like it would be terrible for my rap battle opponent to know not just that I cried at my sister's wedding, but how I cried at my sister's wedding.
Oh.
It wasn't like, my only sister is getting married. I'm so touched. This is a beautiful moment. No, it was actually at the reception. I was really drunk. It's like super drunk, and then started. Oh, man, my rap battle opponent would just destroy me with it. I was drunk and crying and telling everybody how much I loved them. It's so embarrassing to think about. It would be even more embarrassing to have my opponent in a rap battle rap about it.
And if they so happen to have AV set up and flash a picture up during this part of the battle of you,
that'd be tough.
Yeah,
that'd be tough.
Yeah, I don't think you come back from that.
That's in my past.
Yeah,
but there are just some things that I do something, I do in the present that I feel like my opponent in a rap battle would really be able to use against me.
Yeah.
It's like I giggle like crazy whenever I get a pedicure. And I think there's no way that could be brought up in a rap. Like I couldn't get ahead of it by rapping about that myself and trying to justify it, make it look cool and okay.
Yep.
It's instead really going to be used against. It's like tough. It'd be tough to sound tough once this one came out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's going to really damage your street cred.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I think it's true that anywhere where street cred might be assigned, that the discovery that you giggle like crazy whenever you get a pedicure wouldn't do some damage.
No, it's not gonna be put it in the net positive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is in the con under the street cred.
Yes. Feel like some of this could hurt your political career too.
I'm never gonna have a political career.
So you're saying it's more likely for you to be in a rap battle?
More likely for you to be in a rap battle, yes. That's the more likely reality I'm running against here.
All right.
So, you know what I would hate for my opponent in a rap battle to find out? When I sing along to the Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life, I always sing the part of the chorus where Amy Lee sings, Wake me up inside, and not whoever that rapper was singing, I can't wake up. And I know that's very, very specific, but I feel like that kind of specificity would be useful in a rap battle, especially like my rap battle opponent trying to make me look bad.
I got to throw Amy's working hard. This is the nude one.
Da-da-da-da-da. Steve Harvey would just
go to town.
Destroy me on that one.
And then
I'm not rapping it. I'm not using it.
No. All right. But yeah, this is very specific.
Yeah. Don't want that.
Although, Jerrod, I'll defend you a little bit. I always go for the melodic versus the rap. That's just in my nature. I'm a singer, not a rapper.
Yeah, but I feel like in a rap battle.
Yeah. If you're
have the history, had the opportunity to sing along to the rap part.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead, you sang along to the "Wake Me Up Inside" part.
Very high falsetto. Yep.
Yeah, not good. So
Again,
I think in a rap battle, there's like things we all do that you wouldn't want to have brought up in a rap battle in the first place. I get brushing your teeth or putting on deodorant. But then, if your rap battle opponent discovered that while doing one of these things, you boo-booed, like, for example, why do I keep doing that over there? I once sneezed while trimming an eyebrow and shaved off part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a rap battle opponent would really be able to use that against me to great effect.
I also feel like you just also gave us one in that you're a grown man and used the term boo-boo. Feel like that might, I don't know. Am I talking out of turn here?
I would say so.
Okay, sorry. My apologies.
I don't need you to freaking rap battle.
And I'll join you on this one. I didn't do the eyebrow, but I was meaning to trim my beard and I forgot to put the guard on, and I shaved off my goatee. So I had that morning, instead of just going for a trim, I had a full on shave that day and had to regrow it out.
Well, hopefully your rap battle opponent never discovers that about you. All right.
I don't know. This one's wordy.
That Conscience and Evanescence doesn't even rhyme, Amy.
That's not even like a slant rhyme.
What the hell is? You're not
Amy,
even trying.
Amy, you can do better. We all know you've won multiple awards for your joke writing, and no, we're back to the drawing board. We're sending it back.
Come on. Think we're gonna let you get away with that rhyme attempt? Come
on. Both like that. We were a little worried about pushing back on her, but we know Amy can take it.
If I was in a rap battle, I would want to have my opponent think of me as someone who drinks a lot of whiskey, beer, or even something classy.
Well, I know where this is going. I've hung out with Jerrod enough.
I wouldn't want my rap battle opponent to know that I switched to oat milk because I was drinking so much chai tea. I feel like oat milk or chai tea in a rap battle being used against you is pretty bad.
Although, can your rap battle name be oat milk? I feel like you need to lean into it.
That's a terrible idea for a litany of reasons. Also, if my rap battle opponent can use both oat milk and chai tea against me at once,
you're done. I mean, it's over. First line, done.
Thank God we didn't have social media when we were teenagers, because some of the cringy shit that I did then, if it was where my rap battle opponent could find it, I would let myself on stage while crying and pooping. It would be so bad. For instance, when I was 16, I suddenly wrote a poem I thought was very deep. I called it Eats and Ifney and actually read it out loud to people. Now, Ian, when I say I suddenly wrote a poem, this was out of the blue. I thought of it in 5 minutes, wrote a multi-stanza poem.
And was done perfect.
It was so bad.
Yeah. I've already picked up what that title means. So I
was so freaking deep and clever, right? It's infinity, but spelled backwards. It was so bad. I'm so embarrassed. And there's real human beings that I proudly read it out loud to. And I wish I could go back in time and stop that little stupid kid from doing it, because it could be used against me in a rap battle someday, and there's no coming back from that.
Your 16-year-old self didn't know about rap battles and what ammunition you were throwing out into the universe.
If I could have weighed so many things I've done in the past against, how could this get used against me in a rap battle?
You'd be living a very, very different life.
Very different life. Yeah. And out of all of those things, this is one of the worst, Ian. He could do that. He wouldn't. I say he, but really anybody in a rap battle, it's not gendered.
Right.
Could rap about nothing but this, and I would get just kicked out of whatever theater it was without my pants. They would rip my pants off and kick me out of theater, because I would lose so bad I wouldn't deserve to wear pants anymore. But I didn't get to 10. I only got to 9, so there's one more.
Okay. Did you say there's one more, or is that it?
No, there's one more. We've all done things. We have the little secrets that if they ever got out, you wouldn't. There's a lot of places you wouldn't want those secrets to be revealed.
Yeah.
Especially a rap battle, because you can't get ahead of it and rap about it yourself and make fun of it for somebody, and it would just devastate you. So I hope no future opponent of mine in a rap battle knows that I once pooped in an alley in Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Who hasn't? I
Well,
feel
I
like
would say the two people who were like looking down the alley at me as the light that didn't start flickering over my head until my
until you.
trow was down and I'm backed up against the wall, pooping away because there was nothing open and I had to go so bad. And they're like, I could eat. Like, what's he doing in there? Is he doing drugs in there? And
I wish. I'm just pooping.
God, I had just finished, and one of them had the balls to walk in there and be like, yeah, everything all right in here? I'm like, yep, I'm fine, just leaving.
Just leaving.
Oh,
Leaving something behind.
like that's a short line there right there, but there's so many things my rap battle opponent could make fun of me for.
Yeah.
Just in that short little line.
Yeah, I think you better steer clear of any rap battles.
It's probably good advice.
Or wear a mask so they don't know your true identity.
You know, when you got to go into a rap battle in disguise right off the bat.
Hey, everything I know about rap battles, I learned from 8 Mile.
Me mostly too.
Yeah.
So now you know some of the things in my life I wouldn't want my opponent in a rap battle to know about me.
Well, man, I'm gonna be the surrogate for our audience and say thank you for having the trust and sharing. It's either that you really trust us or you just know none of us would ever be in a rap battle with you.
I am not concerned about any of our viewers engaging me in a rap battle.
All right. That's good.
And if you did, I'm giving you, I gave you easy mode right there.
Yeah. You really like that's the cliff notes of how to beat Jerrod in a rap battle.
Right.
Yeah. Now, oh my God, that was good. All because there was a rap battle going on in AS220 on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yep. I see how your brain works, my friend. I see how your brain works.
That's right. I pick up clues and hints from the things that are going on around me.
That's right. And Amy, she got another one. Let's see. I'm not even reading it. Is it good? Just wait until the next time we're on. Oh, there you go.
Try it.
No, challenge is down. In fact, if we could get an advance, the next time you two are playing Buster around, I'm getting tickets, and so are the 3 or the 2 other people that aren't Jerrod and Amy on this So
show. I don't make short jokes at Amy because everybody does. It's It's just not funny.
That's lazy.
But if she tried doing that to me in a rap battle, I would try to make every one of my lines a short joke.
No, kind of reverse there.
That's right. It would be a true rap battle there.
I feel like she's winning with some of those things, though.
Oh.
Yeah. So good times. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have no good segue into my thing.
And you didn't do shit for mine, so don't.
Yeah, I know. I kept trying to derail yours, not even knowing. I'm upset. I didn't know. I was just derailing.
Well, I know. I'm surprised you didn't start saying things like, "I don't really like rap battles."
You know what? I don't want to talk about this week. Rap battles.
You're gonna talk about rap battles, Jerrod. Just stop and put up whatever stupid slide you got.
Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna go grab a drink. When you just yell loud when you're done, I'll come back. All right. So it is time for.
You know what I hate, Ian?
What's that?
I hate introspection.
I know. That's why I've done it. I knew it. Our newest. It looks like a repeating segment because I like week 1, so here's week 2 of it. It's Ian's Island of Introspection. These are all things that have just been in my head lately that I'd like to share with our viewing audience. It's not an exhaustive list this week. I've been a little bit brain dead, so not a lot floating around in there, but I had a few things that I thought I'd share with everybody. All right, the first is an update. I no longer have ants in my house. If you tuned in 2 weeks ago, I was infested with ants, and I had bought but not used ant traps at that point. So we go live on Wednesday. On Friday, I come home and the ant problem had gotten worse. I no longer had little tiny ones um, on my counter. I had big black ones in my bathroom, and that was just too much. They were really big. So I busted out the ant traps, and what I did not realize is ant traps. It's going to get worse before it gets better. As soon as you put that sweet, sweet liquid poison down, the call goes out to the colony, and my bathroom was almost unusable for a full day with the line of ants coming through. Big, big black ants. And yeah, and I'm not really phobic with insects of any type, but it's still a little bit disheartening when you have to wait in a line to use the bathroom with a bunch of ants. That's how I kind of felt like. So they lapped up that blue poison liquid. You can see it. They lapped it up in record time, and then they all disappeared, and they never returned.
Oh,
so yeah. So but I do feel a little guilty that I must have killed an entire colony. Like I do feel like I just wish I could tell them, like, do a little negotiate. I feel like I didn't want to use the nuclear option as my first move. Like if we could have had a parlay, like if you want to come in the middle of the night and I'm not using the bathroom, maybe, but daytime hours are out, maybe I could have. No, or could I leave you what you want on the outside and you don't have to come in? I'm up for it, like, but there was no opportunity parlay. I had to go with the nuclear option. So I don't have an ant problem anymore.
I just think about like all the ants who had hopes and dreams.
I know. I do. It's keeping me up at night.
Just got destroyed. You know, I hear what you say about like creepy crawlies. Like, yeah, they don't bother me, but it's different when it's in the bathroom because like doesn't bother me, but the list of things that bother me is larger once my pants are down.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Also, my bathroom is all white, so have big black ants. There's no hiding for them. Like on a countertop, there's things to hide behind, and I pick something out like
like
also,
bees.
Big carpenter ants are brown and smaller. These things were sugar ants. I tried looking up all the different kinds, and I was like, I was going a little bit too deep into ants. So,
like, I don't like to be around bees, but I'd hate to be around bees even more if my pants were down. Like, that just makes these.
I think everything becomes a little bit more. It's going to get to you a little bit more when you're wearing
more panicky.
Yeah,
the stakes are a little higher.
Yeah, I feel like cotton isn't a great defense, but it's something. And
right.
and when you don't have it covering some parts, you feel exposed.
And there's so many things. Like if I walk in the bathroom, there's a scorpion in there. It's like, oh no, whoa, there's a scorpion. But if I walk in there, I have my pants on and there's a scorpion, I'm like panicking.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Good point. All right, next thing. My irregular housing model may be coming to an end. For those of you who don't know, I live in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, and it's by the shore, very far away from where Jerrod is, as he found out when he came to visit a few weeks ago. And I'm blessed to be able to spend half the year in renting someone's house and the other half of the year in a small beach shack at the ocean. So I move twice a year, but I just got word yesterday that my landlord's daughter looks like she's going to be entering a master's program at URI and would like to live in the house. Oh. And so she's like, I'll let you know in June. I'm hoping, we don't know what's going on. I said, oh, that's okay. Just let me know. So I say this is kind of a shameless plug. If anybody knows of any housing situations between the months of October through the end of May, send them my way. I just need academic year rental and preferably down in the South County region. If not, though, I'm moving up closer to Providence some way, and I'll probably get a year-round place. and I can get a dog, which I kind of really want to do. So I'm trying to find the silver lining, even though I love my little town and I have a lot of good friends here. It'd be a pain in the ass actually to move away and have to drive down here to hang out with my friends down here. But if I got to do it, I'm trying to find silver lining, and a dog would be that. So
yeah, one of the good things about friends is they're disposable.
that's exactly it, Jerrod. And out of sight, out of mind. Like the people I went to college from, I get surprised whenever they reach out. Like I have to go, who is? Oh yeah, I remember you.
You know what you should do? You
What?
should make sure that your landlord's daughter knows about the ant situation.
I know. I feel like I should have. The ants are a small price to pay for this house.
Right? They could be part of what keeps it going. You could engage in a symbiotic relationship with those ants.
I'm just leaving trails of sugar all over my house to bring them on back.
You sure you want to live here? Have you heard about the ants? They hang out in the bathroom where your pants are down.
Yeah, I'm going to train them to be carrying my items out onto the front lawn so she can see the problem. Like anything I leave on the floor.
The ants welcome here.
Ants welcome here. So yeah, that's it. So if anybody knows of any cool housing opportunities, let me know. I'm so excited about this. I'm heading to the XL Improv Fest in Pennsylvania next week. But Jerrod, I think I need a professional headshot, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Well, I'm going to show you why. So, as I entered as a single performer, and they're doing an ensemble group at this festival, and I was selected to be on the ensemble team, so I'm very excited. But the form for a solo performer is the same as a team, and they asked for a photo. So I had to submit the form. I had to upload a photo. So I usually use a photo of me without a beard from like 8 years ago. And I'm like, this is kind of disingenuous. I have photos of me that are professional and have a beard. And also I don't really care that much about the photo because they don't use this for the ensemble team. Why would they? Guess what? They used it for the ensemble team. And I don't know if you can see it on your small screen, so let me do the favor of
which of these pics is not like the other.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if my eyes are totally closed, but they're pretty closed.
Like I look at that picture and I think that's somebody I would be happy to engage in a rap battle with.
Yeah. So that's like all these people, professional headshots, looking great. Oh, that's a fun show. Then you get to mind, who the hell is that? Who is that distinguished gentleman right there? So, I do believe I need a professional headshot so we can retire this photo. Shout out to Dave Rickerby, who took this and many other wonderful photos that I could have used that did not have my eyes shut out from Providence Improv Fest a few years ago. That's where this came from. I also didn't realize they'd be cropping it like that, like in the full photo. It's my whole body performing, and they just took my head. Which, hey, it's on me. I submitted the damn photo, so there you go.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm trying to see if I can find any of mine now.
I know the one you've used that I think is amazing.
It looks great, right? I had a good friend here, but it's 12 years old now, and that was when I was a very different, handsomer person.
Yeah. Well, if you can find it, let's start up at the end. I'll keep going. I don't have many of these. I think this might be the last one. Today was a self-care day, Jerrod, and it was unbelievable. I've been end of year on any year at a college is kind of crazy. It's kind of like tax season in April for accountants. Just so many demands of your time and work and trying to get everything done. And on top of that, my supervisor is leaving, and she's one of my favorite people. So it's been a little bit of emotional time. So just a lot of worry about the future, and also sad to see somebody go. So just a lot of crap. And I hadn't had a day off in a while. So I took one today because I saw my calendar was clear, and I took it. And it was a beautiful day. It was wonderful. Here's what I did. When I took myself out to breakfast this morning,
Nice.
got my car washed,
Nice.
went over and checked on my summer residence. They installed a new storm door, and I needed to see how good a job they did. They did a really nice job. Took a nap.
Nice.
This isn't a highlight, but went and got physical therapy, still doing the needles and all that stuff. And then treated myself to Brickley's ice cream for the first one of the season, my favorite ice cream store.
I saw that picture. I almost made a comment on there like, hey, you got a show tonight.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I've almost ran one up to you, Jerrod. I said, I'll bring one to Jerrod. Yeah, so pretty good day. But the other thing that happened today is this. Yeah, I've been playing a Jedi Survivor, and I encountered Darth Vader today, and kind of made the day.
Yeah, it's a big day for a lot of us when that happens.
Yeah. Anytime you face off against Darth Vader, although I had to stop, I can't beat him, so I can't progress the story until I beat him. So I needed to. I actually that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna go read a book and take a nap, and it was a perfect day. It really was, and I feel like much more ready to take on the challenges of work by taking a day off. So if you are able and are feeling overwhelmed, maybe if you can do that, it's always a good idea. That's it. That's Ian's island of introspection for this week.
I mean, if you could, make sure you keep us up to date on how your battle with Darth Vader goes.
No, I will. Follow along on the social medias, and you'll find out in real time.
Oh, I can't. I wouldn't want to miss it. I hope I'm going to set up so I get a notification on my phone.
Jerrod, I set up a PlayStation account. I'll direct message you all my trophies that I'm winning.
The only console I have, I had a Super Nintendo that I got from a friend of mine a while ago. I'm thinking of just getting rid of it now. I've got a Wii that I enjoy it when I do, but I don't think I've played it since I moved into this place here. God, I just haven't been playing many games. I'll play them on my phone before I go to bed.
Yeah, I've never been like an obsessive player. For example, even now, I only play one game at a time, and I need to know it's gonna. I go by reviews. If it's not a 8 or a 9, I pass it because I need to be able to complete it, or else I let it go. And they're too expensive not to finish them. So if they're not going to hold my attention, so unlike a lot of, I think, what you would consider big gamers that have multiple games at any given time, I really only have the bandwidth for one game at a time. Same with books. I just read one book at a time. I need to get through beginning end. So I only have one game going at a time with the PlayStation. And because when I didn't do that, when I tried to play a lot, I realized I didn't finish any of them, and then I'd get super bored with platform games or console games and never go back to them. So I seem to have fit the happy medium. A couple hours when I have a few hours off, a couple hours is a good way to spend some time. But I do a few every day.
During the pandemic, a friend of mine got me into playing World of Warcraft, like the original one.
Yeah.
Well, that's like 15, 20 years ago. And that was actually kind of enjoyable. I never gotten into that or other games like that because it was always like, if I do it, I'm always going to be doing it. And, I want to not do just that. I don't do other things. But it's like, pandemic, stuck inside? Sure. And I played it a lot for a while until finally it was like one day I'm like so pissed off at the game. Like, I'm done. I'm canceling it. Wow. I've been thinking of getting back into it again. If I can remember the password to get my old characters back and everything.
Yeah. I have enough entertainment. Like it is kind of getting in the way of me being creative. I've been really itching to be creative lately, and I don't know what that means, but basically create something rather than just do something, have a tangible product at the end, right? Writing or maybe coming up with an original theme song for this this podcast something, or what, I don't even know. I keep calling it a podcast, but it really isn't a podcast. Whatever this is, show. And yeah, I just realized how much other stuff just takes, like watching TV just takes so much of my time away. I need to really get away from it. I don't have a TV. I don't have an easily accessible TV during the summer, so I don't. I feel like at the end of this month, I'm really gonna dig into that, and that means I want to read more too. Because even though that's not tangible. I feel like it's a better use of time than just binging TV all the time.
So TV makes me think of two things.
Yeah.
One, the show I've been binging like crazy lately, Dr. House MD.
Really?
Caught a few episodes here and there back when it was on. And it's okay. Then one day it was on Amazon Prime. I'm like, what? And it's so hard for me to get into shows. And that one.
Yeah, right into it. Well, Hugh Laurie is a genius. I mean, a comedian not playing a very comedic role, although it is funny, but he plays that character, like he nails it.
Yeah, and when you watch like a TV show, like a network TV show that's been put into streaming services, instead of like 8 episode seasons, you're getting the full episode seasons. So there's so much more, and it holds my interest, even though it's the same beats every show. Patient comes in with something weird. They get 2 or 3 wrong diagnoses. Every episode, somebody says something that makes Dr. House just think of his patient. He just makes that
connection.
Makes that face.
Yeah.
And he gets up and limps out of the room that he's in and saves the patient or whatever. It's that same beat every episode. I am just all in on it.
All in. Yeah. I enjoy. I wasn't dedicated when it was on the air, but I watched a lot of episodes. Like, it's good, and it's an all-star cast.
Yeah, you know what? Like so many of the patients who come in, watching that's like, wow, that's Candice Bergen.
Right.
Wow, that's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
What I was just watching. Who's the guy who played Shaggy?
I love that guy.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, he was. I mean, just so many good actors coming in. There was one. Ken Jeong was in one of the. He was a patient, not a patient that got a lot of time in an episode, like a very small bit. It was like, that's Ken Jeong there.
Yeah.
That's cool to watch.
That is awesome. Yeah, I like watching, especially folks that weren't big back then and are big now. It's always fun. Law and Order is another good one where you're like, oh, I know that person.
But the thing is, like, if I'm watching like something that's on like Succession or something like that, where the episodes are on now, I go and tweet about it, Facebook about it, and talk to people about it. There's nowhere I can go for like, wow, who here is watching season 6, episode 10 of Dr. House? I gotta talk about it. Like, there's nobody who's you can't.
I still put it out there. Go ahead. I just discovered this great new show to me, House.
Netflix caught me a few years ago, and I did that. Sometimes they'll advertise like shows for you.
Yeah,
I thought it was a new show.
And it was one that
was so dumb. So dumb. Like the whole premise, like the animals are just so pissed off at how humans have been ruining the earth that they're starting to take over. And like that's such a cartoonish theme. But it tried to be like adult and dramatic. And it was so dumb. Like at one point in time, like lions capture this guy. They've got him in a tree. And then like the other guy who lost him thinks he's gone and dead. It's like getting phone calls like the lions are dialing the phone or something like that. Like, come on. So I start tweeting about it and shit, and I'm thinking everybody will know what I'm talking about. And then I look and I see like that show had like come and gone 2 or 3 years before. Just
what show is this? Now I'm curious.
I'd have to go.
It's all right. I'm not
so bad. I think I tried Googling it once, and it's so dumb that I couldn't even get a straight answer out of Google. Like, what a dumb TV. So the other thing TV is making me think of is I'm always thinking about like what would be a funny gift for somebody. And I think right now a subscription to TV Guide would be a really funny gift to get somebody. And I'm like really thinking like, who's somebody who's got something coming up. So let's see if there's like I can do a gift give of TV Guide. Because I want them not just to start getting TV Guide, but I want them to get the first one. Like, Like, you've been given the gift of TV Guide. Really let them know.
In about 3 weeks, you'll start receiving. Until then, you can get their schedule online.
Like, I really Googled it. You can still do subscriptions to TV Guide. Went to the website. It's just like, oh, who can I start doing this to?
Too funny. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Going to the supermarket, like, they still got all the dumb magazines right at there.
And people just buy them. They're always like, there's always like one issue left, all dog-eared because everybody's read it while waiting in line.
Yeah. Those would be the funny ones to get to people for a subscription for. Remember, there was this one, like the tabloids were bad. Like, people say National Enquirer, they weren't really that bad. The worst one was that black and white one called Weekly World News.
Weekly World News!
Like, Bat Boy was on there and everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait till I was old enough to buy one of my own. Because when you're little, first seeing those, it's like, maybe?
Yep.
Then you reach a certain age and it's like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to go grocery shopping with Mom because I can't wait to see what Weekly World News says this week. Then buy my first. It was so funny. The people who wrote those are so good. I hope that maybe that's the thing I should do is like look up like who are the writers of Weekly World News.
They all ended up at the Onion.
That's what I'm thinking. Like those hilariously ridiculous premises. That must have been a blast to write.
Yeah, I agree. This is my job.
It'd be so funny. I got what woman gives birth to litter of piglets.
Yeah.
I'd love to be in the meetings at the beginning of the week when they're throwing together story ideas.
Bat Boy born in Russia, and it's his Dr.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember. So I'm laughing way too much for the next sentence I'm about to say. But I remember right after 9/11, I was doing joint duty. So it was like joint duty. I was a Marine. You know, we're cocky and talking shit. The other services. My boss was this Army Ranger. He was an awesome guy. Best officer I ever knew. But all the other services are there and everything. And cover of Weekly World News the next week. It was something like, because of 9/11, Bat Boy joins the Marines.
I wonder if it's still out there. Now I want to do a deep dive.
I don't know that I don't think it's out there anymore.
You know, the internet ruined a lot of things, and one of them is Weekly World News, I think.
2007 was its last issue.
Yeah. Well, considered I haven't really thought of it since 2007, maybe I didn't miss it I won't miss it that much.
Yeah. I admit, but talking about it really, like,
I agree.
Is there a market for that to come back?
I think there is. What do you got coming up? What plugs, bud?
So, this Saturday at Pig, 7 p.m., I will be there performing with Dr. Nighttime. That's the only show I'm tracking right now.
Yeah.
I guess this is the scoop. We're going to be putting out later this week auditions for Pig, for the Pig house teams are going to be going out soon. We are looking at, I believe, May 27th will be the auditions. That will be the people who are currently on house teams will not be re-auditioning. It will be just for new performers. Nice. So if you've gone through improv classes before, if you'd like to audition, we will have the information on those. So keep an eye out for those.
Yeah. And boy, do we get a lot of stage time on house teams at Providence Improv Guild. So if you're if you're looking to perform, I can't recommend Pig more. And our audience have been really growing. So it's a good place.
Yeah.
Pig is a good time bringing that back.
That's right.
Yeah. Filled out my survey on time, Jerrod.
Yeah, let me tell you those surveys. So just for the listeners, Providence Improv Guild, we did the survey because we're looking at doing the house team shakeup. We added a few extra fields this year because we want to really try to make sure that we get good teams together and everything. We're listening to what people have said, and that is a lot of work. So it might take a little while because that is juggling a lot of information there.
Yeah. Especially like, when do you want to perform? I can only imagine.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to kind of turn around, and have a few more conversation with people based upon what they put on the survey to.
I usually always try to limit it to Fridays, and I was like, I'm open to performing on Saturdays now, and that's new for me because of the travel. But I've been teaching on Sundays and that sort of thing, and I feel like, hey, I want to be able to be as helpful as possible and be put where I would be most needed. So don't put a lot of limitation if you don't have to,
So that
anyways, I'm excited.
Coming up.
Yeah. I'm on a break from Pig, not intentional. I missed last Fridays for work. I'm missing next Friday because I will be performing at the Happy Valley XL Improv Fest in State College, Pennsylvania. Shout out to James Tierney, one of the founders of that theater out there. He was a student at Western New England when I worked there, and we've become friends ever since. And one of the first people I knew who actually did improv. So went last year to support their first festival. Had such a great time. I'm heading back, and I'm excited to play on their stage for this ensemble and see some really good shows. They have great workshops coming up, and they have great troops from out of state coming in to perform. So I'm excited for that. And then I'll perform on Fridays until the shakeup happens every other Friday. So I would have been on the stage next week. If you can't make it to Pennsylvania, check out Netflix and Chill minus Ian Chull. Netflix and Chull minus Ian next Friday. That's a plug, but it's for my team, not necessarily for me.
Well, that is super nice.
Yeah. Oh, and Amy's got one. Amy's coaching a new short form.
Nice.
Resident cast at Kismet, and our first show is May the 19th. House party.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice. I forgot.
Yeah.
One more thing to plug.
Yeah.
Bat Boy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's awesome. That is amazing. Good job. Good job. And thanks, Bat Boy, for serving. Thanks, Bat Boy, for your service.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for your service, Bat Boy.
Yep. Looks a little young.
Was Bat Child before, but who can resist those great big blue eyes?
All right, my friend. I think that concludes this week's episode.
That's right.
We should be back in 2 weeks with updates on life, and you never know what you're going to get on Ian's and Jerrod's Humpday Extravaganza. But we do hope it gets you through your Wednesday and gets you that much closer to the weekend.
Yeah, we're doing this for you.
We are.
We're doing this for you, the viewer, to make you a better person.
Right. We've been so successful in our lives, we felt we need to give back.
We figured you could use an example, maybe of someone who isn't a complete piece of shit.
Right.
The two of us got together
and said, we're barely a piece of shit.
Between the two of us, we're not even one whole piece of shit.
Exactly. So you could do a lot worse than this. You could do a lot worse with your time than Ian and Jerrod's Humpday Extravaganza.
We want all viewers, but especially if you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We'll make it better.
And looking to do better, watch our show.
Once you are better than a piece of shit, we can't help you much more anymore. We've kind of maximized our potential.
Our job would be done at that point.
That's right.
So.
Then you just watch us for entertainment.
That's it. All right, buddy. I'm hitting the off button.
Okay. Bye.